All right, welcome to NF Treasure. NF Treasure is a premium merchandising business. All of our gear has a computer chip in it via NFC technology that connects your garments and your gear to the blockchain. When you list a design, you're going to get a commission on every single sale that comes from that design. And our entire project is governed by our community. You can increase your commission rates by playing our DeFi game, and you can give yourself a vote via governance power by playing the DeFi game. It's a tri-token ecosystem. There's an NFT and 2 tokens. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from knowing nothing about crypto to onboarding fiat into crypto and being able to mint an NFT and start to play our DeFi game. Not only will this be a satisfying experience if you are wanting to participate in decentralized finance and learn how to use crypto off exchange, but this will give you the skill set that you need to be successful in many different crypto projects and to really elevate your knowledge of how crypto works. So let's dive in. But before we dive in, let me just reiterate that if you want to flip meme coins, if you want to learn how to earn yield on your crypto, if you really want to be somebody who can utilize crypto for financial freedom, everything in this video is absolutely vital to you being able to navigate Web3. And so many people think that crypto is just a speculative sport that you play on Binance or Coinbase and you just buy it and you try to sell it at a profit. But there are so many other ways that you can earn and learn and have fun in crypto. And every single skill that is required to be successful in crypto can be learned through the NF Treasure ecosystem, and I'm about to go through it all with you, from setting up a wallet to building out a advanced DeFi strategy. All of that can be done in NF Treasure, and it is such a fun community to learn this stuff. You're going to be so proud of yourself when you learn how to move all of these tokens around like this. So invest the time in yourself and in your future in crypto to go through this video and go through every single step so that you can become a crypto pro, and then you'll get to be the one who teaches your friends how to do all of this. Now, depending on where you're at in your crypto journey, some of this might be stuff that you already have set up. If you already have a hardware wallet, if you've already set up a MetaMask account, if you've already funded those things, use the timestamps on the YouTube video or in the Twitter video so that you can skip ahead to the part where you can just go and mint a key. And remember that as you go through this, you can pause this video, do what you need to do, go back, rewind, watch it again. Make sure that you're being slow and deliberate as you set this up, because this is the most important part to you having a successful crypto career. So first things first, to navigate Web3 off exchange, and by off exchange, I mean that you're moving funds from your Coinbase or your Binance wallet and into a self-custodied wallet that allows you to navigate the true decentralized web. And NF Treasure has a DeFi game that's built on the Avalanche network. We're going to show you how to be able to connect a wallet to the Avalanche network and onboard crypto there. Don't worry, if you've never done this before, we're going to hold your hand through the whole process. NF Treasure is a great place to learn about decentralized finance and how to self-custody your keys and your crypto so that you can be successful in all avenues of crypto. But first, you are going to need a crypto wallet. And while you could use a hot wallet like MetaMask, and we're going to show you how to set up a MetaMask account, we recommend using a hardware wallet. And the one that I like to use for DeFi, for projects where I'm doing multiple transactions a day, is the TRESR One wallet. Now, when you're buying a hardware wallet, you usually want to buy it directly from the manufacturer that is doing it, because you don't want anyone nefarious, pre-setting up your wallet or doing anything that might, allow somebody to hack you down the road. So when you get these wallets, order it directly from the TRESR website, and then check to make sure that these little foil sleeves here are still in place. And then we'll show you, once you log into the TRESR website, how you can reset the hardware wallet and just make sure that everything is good to go. Once you open the box, you're going to see that you've got some sweet stickers here. You've got a couple of forms that you can use to write down your seed phrase, and we'll get into why you need to do that in a bit. You've got some instructions, and then you've got the actual hardware wallet itself with the USB cable that connects it to your computer. When you've unpacked the hardware wallet, you're going to go to the TRESR website. It's TRESR.io/start. It's going to be the web address that's in the documentation that you got with the hardware wallet. And then you're going to download and install the TRESR driver and the TRESR suite, which is going to allow you to control the wallet. Once that's downloaded, you're just going to double click on it. I'm using a Mac, and you'll just drag that into your applications folder. That's going to install it on your computer, and then you will open the TRESR Suite software from your applications folder. So if it's the first time that you've opened this, it's going to say, are you sure that you want to open something from the internet? And you can just say yes, assuming that you downloaded it from the official site. That's going to pop up the software suite, and then we are going to go through the installation steps. So we will go ahead and confirm, and then we're going to connect our physical device to our computer. Now, when I connected mine, you can see that it is creating an error. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just factory reset the hardware device. You could try to unplug it or plug it back in, but I like to factory reset my devices anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and click on factory reset. And then I'm just going to select that I agree to these terms. Be sure to read those. And now on my TRESR wallet, it's going to ask me to confirm the reset of the factory settings, which looks like this. Then once the reset is complete, I'm going to plug my TRESR back into my computer, and we'll see it registered here, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. So it's going to install the firmware. Once it's installed that, I'll be able to create a wallet. So once everything is installed, it's going to ask me if I want to reconnect the device, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect to the TRESR suite and create a new wallet if this is my first wallet. That's going to ask me to confirm using the button on my hardware wallet, and I'm going to say, yes, I do want to create a new wallet. Once I do that, it's going to showcase that the wallet was successfully created, and now I need to go and set up the actual seed phrase that's going to allow me to recover this wallet in the future. So I want to read through each of these things and make sure I understand what I'm about to do. The main thing that it wants us to agree to is that we know that we're going to be using this if we have to ever back up or restore the wallet. We are agreeing that we're not going to take a screenshot or share this because this is sensitive information that we don't want to hack or anybody to be able to find. And we're agreeing that we know that we are now self-custodying this wallet and that we're not going to share those keys with anyone. And so once we write this down, we're going to want to put the seed phrase that we write down in a safe or a very secure place. So that's what this form that comes with your hardware wallet is for. You are going to write down your 24-word seed phrase, and you're going to save that because if anything ever happens to this wallet, if you lose it, if you need to recover it into a newer model of the TRESR wallet, you're going to need this seed phrase in order to recover those private keys. So what happens when you get to this part of the process of setting up your seed phrase, your hardware wallet is going to turn on and it's going to give you each of these 24 words, one word at a time, and you're going to write them down in the order that it gives them to you. So go ahead and pause and do that, write those down, and then we'll come back and make sure that you did it the right way. Okay, so if you did it correctly, you should have 24 words written down on this form now. Once you've clicked the next button through all 24 words, it's going to have you go through and confirm those words. Because remember, if you don't have these words in this order, you're never going to be able to recover this wallet. So you have to save this form and make sure that you've got the right seed phrase written down. Okay, so once all those words are written down and you've confirmed that you've got them all written down on your hardware wallet, it's going to ask you, do you really want to set up a new PIN? And you're going to click the confirm button. And then this is the way that a hardware wallet works. For security reasons, it's not going to showcase the numbers on the screen in case somebody is monitoring your screen. It's going to show you the numbers on the hardware device, and you need to translate that to what you see on the screen here. And then you're going to do that same thing again to confirm the PIN. And now your TRESR wallet is set up. So it's going to ask you which tokens you want to be able to have. You don't really need to worry about this for what we're going to be doing with NF Treasure, but you can just select Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two most popular assets if you want to. And now what we need to do is figure out how to sync our hardware wallet with MetaMask so that we can use it in various decentralized finance games like NF Treasure. But I guess first, if you want to give your TRESR wallet a name, I'll call mine Tutorial TRESR. You can do that here at this step, and then you just are going to have to confirm that on the hardware wallet like this. All right, and your hardware wallet is set up. So now let's open up Google Chrome or an internet browser again, and we're going to install MetaMask so that we can sync our hardware wallet with MetaMask. So what we just set up with TRESR is called a hardware wallet. MetaMask is called a hot wallet, and a hardware wallet means that there is physical distance between you and your transactions, where a hot wallet lives on your computer. We're going to install the MetaMask Chrome extension, or whatever extension browser you're using. And once we've done that, we are going to agree to the terms and create a new MetaMask wallet that we will then sync with the TRESR wallet. Okay, so once we do this, it is secured by a password, but we haven't actually secured the wallet with a seed phrase. So we're going to click on the Secure Wallet button, and we're essentially going to do the same thing that we just did with the TRESR wallet. We're going to click on this Reveal Seed Phrase here, and we're going to write down the seed phrase password. With MetaMask, it's just going to be a 12-word password. So we'll get out a blank sheet of paper. Maybe we'll use the other little seed phrase document that came with the TRESR wallet, and we'll write down these 3 words so that we can confirm them on the next screen. Now, once we have all of these written down and we click next, it's going to ask us to fill in the blank on 3 of those. So we want to look at our list and we want to type in the words that were in those numerical blanks. And if we get it correct, we're going to be able to confirm this. And now our hot wallet is now set up. Now, MetaMask has the ability to connect to a bunch of different networks. So on this screen, you'll see in the top left corner, it says Ethereum network. We're going to click on that and then click on Add Avalanche Network, confirm that. And now we've added the blockchain Avalanche, which NF Treasure is built on. And that's going to allow us to move funds around on that network. But before we do that and fund this wallet, we want to connect our hardware wallet to MetaMask. So to do that, we're going to click on the MetaMask extension, click on the little account button, and then click Add New or Hardware Wallet, and then we're going to click Add Hardware Wallet. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up these 3 logos here. We're going to click on the TRESR logo because that's the wallet that we just set up. And then we'll click the Continue button, and that's going to pop up a screen that allows us to connect the physical device and sync it with MetaMask. Once we've synced it, what it's going to do is it's going to open up the TRESR suite, and we are going to allow it to connect. Then we're going to export the key. Then we're going to look at our hardware device and see how our PIN matches up, and we're going to type in our PIN. That'll load, and then it's going to pop up, and we're going to click this top one so that we can move forward without a password. And then we're just going to select this first option here. And what this is going to do is assign a wallet ID or a wallet address to us. And now you can see we've got the TRESR connected to our MetaMask account, which now allows us to engage with decentralized finance platforms and other Web3 platforms. All right, so now we need to fund this wallet with some crypto. So we're going to go to core.app, which is the official wallet of the Avalanche network. We're going to click in this top right-hand corner on Connect Wallet, and we're going to make sure that we're connected to our TRESR wallet in MetaMask. And you just want to look at this wallet ID here and the wallet ID of your TRESR wallet here in MetaMask to make sure that those sync up, to make sure that you've got the correct wallet. And then we're going to click on this buy button here. And there's 3 ways to buy. We can either buy through MoonPay, Coinbase, or Stripe. I'm going to use Coinbase because I already have a Coinbase account set up. Setting up a Coinbase account is a little bit outside the scope of this video, but you can click on any of these 3 options and it's going to walk you through the steps to set these things up. Coinbase is just a centralized exchange that allows you to sync your bank account and buy crypto that you can then move from a centralized exchange into your decentralized wallet. You can learn more at coinbase.com. Essentially, you need about $150 to get a key and really get set up in the NF Treasure ecosystem. So you can see I'm using the Coinbase system to connect to my debit card, purchase $150 worth of AVAX, and now that transaction is going through. Just know that one of the most frustrating things early on when you're onboarding fiat into crypto is getting all of this set up and getting your bank account set where they don't flag these charges. So when you're first adding bank accounts and debit cards, likely you're going to be getting text messages from your bank saying, hey, did you authorize this, etc. So you just have to go through, you have to select yes in the text message, yes in whatever your banking app is, and then run the transaction again. And eventually you're going to be able to get this all synced up, and it'll be much easier moving forward for you to onboard fiat into crypto. I had to respond to a couple of different text messages from my bank because they had flagged these as potentially scandalous transactions, even though we're trying to do a very legitimate thing, which is take ownership over our own financial future. But you can see that the transaction did finally go through, and sometimes it takes a few seconds for the block to clear. But if you keep refreshing this page, you'll see that this $38 changes here in a second. And now there's $183 worth of Avalanche that is now in this wallet. So now I can go to game.nftreasure.com. I can see that my Avalanche is in this account. And if it's your first time to the site, you're going to need to click the Connect Wallet button and then click on MetaMask, and you're going to connect the wallet that you just set up. And I'm ready to get started and mint a key. So what I'm going to do once I'm at game.nftreasure.com is click on this diamond here and then click sign. I need to read the terms of service and accept those and sign the disclaimer on chain. So first, when I click sign, I'm going to open this in a separate window, read the disclaimer here. And if I agree with this, I'm going to accept the terms and I'm going to sign this. This is a way for you to sign a document using your wallet. So now you've signed these terms of service, and this is going to open up your ability to engage with the NF Treasure ecosystem. Now, because we are doing a decentralized transaction that's interacting with the blockchain, some of these transactions can take a few seconds because we have to basically wait for the block to clear. So your data goes into the block. Once the block has reached its full data packet size, it gets processed. And then once it's processed, your transaction can be approved. So just know that if a transaction is taking a while, you can always click on the MetaMask Fox logo and then click on activity. And that's going to show you if the transaction has failed or if it's still pending and in the block. And now we're ready to mint a key. So we select the diamond. We select how many keys we want, and then we hit the mint button. We sign this transaction saying that we're going to pay 3 AVAX for this transaction. In order to sign it, we have to click a few times to approve the transaction on our TRESR wallet. And then we take a deep breath, wait for the block to clear, and once the block is cleared, it's going to take us into the game. Now, if you see 0 keys here, it's because the block still hasn't quite updated. As soon as it does, you're going to see your key here, and then you're going to be able to click to go into the game. Now that I'm in the game, I need to activate my key. So I'm going to click on either the max activate or the activate button. I'm going to click continue when this message comes up, and then I'm going to sign, because for every transaction I need to sign and approve the transaction. So I click a few things on my TRESR wallet. That's the hardware device in my hand. That sends a signal to the blockchain saying that I have approved this, and then as soon as this clears the block, we'll see that my key is now active in the ecosystem. Once my key is active, there's a couple of things that I can do. I can either open a TRESR box, so we can see that there was a success signal there. Now we can see that I'm on level 1 and that there's some treasure that I can claim down here in the corner. So I'm going to go ahead and claim that, because that's going to give me 15 treasure. And those treasure tokens are tokens that I can use to start opening treasure boxes. Once I've claimed that treasure, I'll be able to hover over my wallet here in the top right corner and see that the treasure is there. And now that I have treasure tokens, I can burn those tokens to unlock treasure boxes. You can see I'm on treasure tier 0 right now. In order to upgrade and start earning treasure tokens, I need to upgrade to the next tier. So you can see that there is a percentage here that tells me the percentage of being able to open this box, how much treasure I'm currently earning, and how much treasure I'll earn at the next level, and then how much treasure I have to burn and AVAX I have to burn to open this box. So first, I'm going to approve the amount of treasure that I need to send to the contract. So I'm going to click onto my TRESR wallet. And then once that approval goes through, I'll be able to sign the actual transaction. So MetaMask is actually going to pop up twice. I confirm that transaction. I click a few more times. And now it's going to approve that transaction. And we'll see, did I have good odds to open this treasure box? An animation is going to play once the block clears, and that animation is either going to be a success animation or it's going to be a wah, wah, wah. So, did we successfully open the box? Yes, we did. And so now you can see that we're on treasure tier 1, and there's 7 possible tiers. Now, we don't have a prize season going right now, but when we do, there's also additional prizes that sometimes issue at the end of that treasure open. And so if you had won something, a card would have popped up and told you what the prize was. All right, so now that we have successfully opened a treasure box on both of these keys, you can see that we're starting to earn a little bit of treasure up at the top, and we can amplify the amount of treasure that we earn each month by upgrading our treasure key. In order to do that, we need to get some smarter tokens and burn those smarter tokens. So, in order to buy a decentralized token, we need to go to a decentralized exchange. And LFJ, or Let's Effin' Joe, is the exchange that NFTreasure uses for its liquidity pool. So we're going to connect our wallet there, make sure that it's the TRESR wallet that's connected. In any of these decentralized websites, you're always going to, or almost always going to be able to find the Connect Wallet button in the top upper right corner. So you click on that. You click on MetaMask, and then you make sure that the TRESR wallet is the one that's connected. I have a couple in there, and so I want to make sure that it's the hardware wallet that's connected. And you can see in this top right corner the first digits and the last digits of your wallet ID. So just memorize what those are, and that way you'll always know that you're logged in with the right wallet. Okay, now you may have noticed that I actually switched wallets here. I'm using the NFTreasure admin wallet now, but now that we are at lfj.gg, we can trade tokens. So I'm going to click on Start Trading, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to docs.nftreasure.com, and then I'm going to scroll down to the Contracts and Wallets section. And because we want to buy some Smarter first, I'm going to copy the Smarter contract address. And then when I come in here, I've got my AVAX in my wallet that we bought on the core app. And then I'm going to select token. I'm going to paste the contract ID in here, and then I see the Smarter token. The reason we always want to paste the contract ID in is sometimes scammers will name their token the same name as our token, but it's a different contract address. And so you want to make sure that you have the token that actually is going to be functional in the game. So maybe I want to get 0.1 AVAX worth of Smarter. I would just click this swap button here. That's going to bring up the transaction window. I will confirm it over here on my hardware wallet, a few clicks. And then once that clears the block, if this is your first time doing a transaction on LFJ, or if you haven't approved the Smarter token before, there might be two pop-ups here. The first one would be an approval of the amount that you are wanting to trade in AVAX, and the second would be the actual Smarter amount. So now we can see that I've got my Smarter here in this wallet, and maybe I want to do the same thing and load up on a little bit of TRESR as well. So I go here, I find the TRESR contract address, I come and paste it in here, and I see TRESR, so maybe I do another 0.1 AVAX of TRESR, swap that. I can see that it's taking 0.1 AVAX from my wallet, and I'm going to receive 1,018 TRESR tokens. So I confirm that. I click a few times on my hardware wallet to confirm. And then as soon as this clears the block, I will see now my balance has changed here. So we can go back to the game, and we can go ahead and refresh this just to make sure that my token balances change. So we can see that we've got our Smarter and our TRESR here in the wallet. And let's see, what do I want to do next? Upgrade my key, obviously. So it's going to cost me basically 1,850 Smarter to upgrade. So I click the upgrade button. It's going to approve that amount first. I click a few times to approve the transaction on my hardware wallet. Take a deep breath. And then as soon as that approval clears the block, we'll be able to confirm the transaction for the upgrade. So I click the upgrade button. This is saying that I'm going to be sending 1,850 Smarter to the contract, which of course in NF TRESR is going to burn that amount. And I confirm this on my hardware wallet. We let it clear the block. And then we should see that my key moves from level 1 to level 2. So as soon as this clears, depending on where your transaction goes in the block, sometimes these take longer and sometimes they can be shorter. But we see that our upgrade was completed. We're now on level 2. And so our earning capacity for this key has moved to 15 TRESR a month. Not too shabby. Now, if we want to understand how do we calculate how much we're going to earn, we can again go to docs.nftreasure.com, and we're going to go down here to key rewards pool and then key rewards pool formulas. I highly suggest that you read through the entire white paper because this is a math-based game, and the more that you understand the math, the more that you're going to be able to play the game like a chess player, because essentially the way that you move your tokens around the ecosystem is going to determine how much of each pool in the system you're gaining rewards from, and you're always competing for a percentage of each of these pools. But your TRESR rewards per day in the key rewards pool are determined by your key level times your TRESR tier, or times the TRESR tier you're attempting to open times 0.125. So if I'm at key level 2 and I'm at TRESR tier 2 times 0.125 is going to be 0.5 TRESR that I'm earning per day times 30 days equals an average of 15 TRESR per month, which is what the pop-up told us when we upgraded our key. So maybe I want to upgrade my key again until I max out the timer. So I hit upgrade. each time I want to upgrade, it's going to be exponentially more smarter to burn. So I'm going to go ahead and approve this amount. I'll confirm it on my hardware wallet. We'll let this clear the block. And then after this goes through, I'll show you how you can fast track all the way to level 150 if you want to. So now we're earning 15 treasure a month. We're on level 2, but you can see that based on the rules of the game, I'm not going to be able to up-level my key for another 1 hour and 56 minutes. There's actually been a new amendment to the game that was voted on by the community. You're joining in perfect timing, and we do have a fast track fee that you can pay to jump to whatever level you want. It's 100% fee, so you're going to pay double what you would if you waited for the timer. But the way that you activate it is you click max upgrade keys, and then there's a little slider here that you can slide all the way from the level you're at up to level 150, which is the max level. Now you can see it's going to cost you 4.12 billion smarter to go from level 2 all the way to level 150. We don't have that much in our wallet right now. We can check by looking in MetaMask, clicking, actually let's jump out here. We can see we have 176,000 smarter is what we have left. If I want to see what I can do with 176,000 smarter, I can get to about level 5. So I'll go ahead and hit upgrade 1 key. It's going to ask me to approve the amount that I'm going to be burning. I click approve, and then I'm going to sign this on the hardware wallet. Now remember, we're earning 15 treasure a month right now, so I want to show you how we can exponentially increase the amount of treasure that we earn by upgrading our key. So once this approval clears the block, we're going to hit the upgrade button. This is going to do the max upgrade, so we can see it's burning the full 107,300 smarter tokens. We're going to confirm this by clicking through the confirmation on the hardware wallet. And once this goes through, we should be now at level 5. And level 5 times our current treasure tier of treasure tier 2 should give us an increased bonus of what we're earning in treasure every single month. So we'll take one deep breath here. And as soon as this block clears, now we can see we're on level 5. Our artwork has changed because every single key level has its own artwork. And now we're earning 37.5 treasure per month. So as we get into these higher levels and as we move up in our treasure tier, we end up earning a lot more treasure. Now, we could go ahead and decide to open up and move to treasure tier 3 because we can see here our probability of opening is 62.5%. So for us to be EV positive, meaning that we win more than we lose, we want this number to be more than 50. And we can see our treasure balance. We can see we're currently earning 37.5 treasure per month. But if we upgrade, we'll now be earning 56.25 treasure a month. However, it's going to cost us 2.34 treasure to burn and 0.01 AVAX in order to attempt to open to this. Remember, we only have a 62.5% chance of opening, so we may not get it, which means that we would have to burn another 2.34 treasure. But let's go ahead and go for it and see if we're feeling lucky today. So we approve the amount of treasure that we're going to be burning. We click through on our hard drive wallet, hardware wallet, and then that's going to clear the block. That means that our transaction is being sent with a bunch of other transactions to the block, which is basically a way of keeping track of time on the blockchain. That's why it's called a blockchain. And then once that happens, we can confirm the actual transaction, click through to approve it on our hardware wallet. This will clear another block. So the block has to fill up with transactions. Once it's full, it solves for all those transactions and it issues a statement of authenticity. So we see, are we going to open? Yes, we did open. And now we're on treasure tier 3. We're earning 56.25 treasure per month. If there was a prize season right now, we could see, did we win a hoodie? We've given out Xboxes before. We've given out TRESR wallets. We've given out hoodies, hats, sticker packs, trading cards, all kinds of things. So when there's a prize season going, if you won a prize, you'd see it here. And then we could attempt to go for another treasure tier if we wanted to. We're on 3 now, but we see we only have a 50% chance to open. So it's basically a coin toss, and we're starting to get into EV negative territory. One thing we should call out is that there's a timer on each treasure tier, and that timer runs for different time periods per treasure tier. So on treasure tier 1, it runs for a full 7 days, meaning that I will continue to earn this amount of treasure per month that this tier represents for 7 days. Once this timer gets to 0 and I drop down to treasure tier 0, I am no longer earning treasure. This is a mechanism to make sure that we're only rewarding active players in the game. If people drop off for months at a time, we don't want to waste treasure going to people who aren't paying attention to the platform. And that's why, at a minimum, it's 28 days, I believe. If you get to treasure tier 7, you have 28 days before it drops down to treasure tier 0. Obviously, the higher the treasure tier, the more treasure you're going to be earning. And so the treasure tier reduces as you get into higher levels. At treasure tier 7, it's just 24 hours that you spend on treasure tier 7 until you drop down to 6, then 5, then 4, etc. So if you want to really understand this, I would suggest going to docs.nftreasure.com. We have a great white paper document that goes into all the nitty-gritty about this. You can click on Key Rewards Pool, learn all about what's happening in the Key Rewards Pool, much of which I just spoke about. But if you go to Key Rewards Pool formulas, you can see that your periods rewards is your treasure rewards per day times your treasure, the treasure tier that you're opening for. And your 8 minus the treasure tier box you're opening for times 24 hours is what the timer is. So if you're aiming for treasure tier 2, it would be 8 minus 2. So that's 6 times 24. And that would tell you how much time you have on treasure tier 6. So just want to say that out loud, because if you don't log in on a regular basis and your treasure tier drops to 0, you're going to stop earning treasure tokens. We can improve our odds of opening a treasure box by moving over to the bonus pool. And we need to stake some treasure so that we can start earning our max VE treasure boost. So right now, our treasure boost is reading as 100% because we don't have any treasure staked in here. Once we stake some treasure, the counter will start. So we want to click Stake Treasure. As soon as you come in here, even sooner than what I'm doing in this demonstration, we should have staked at least 1 treasure. Since I've got about 1,500 in here, I'll stake 500, or I'll stake 400, just to show you how things are going. And basically, once you stake treasure into what we call the voting escrow pool, we're always going to approve the amount on any of these, confirm it on the hardware wallet. Once you stake treasure into the voting escrow pool, you start to accumulate what we call VE treasure, or voting escrow treasure. This helps you win a position in one of the 4 levers in the bonus pool. But more importantly, the first time that you stake treasure, it starts a countdown of 208 days. And the closer that you get to those 208 days, the higher probability you earn in opening treasure boxes. So when you get to 208 days, all of your treasure boxes will have a 90% chance of opening. And that's why we want to stake at least 1 treasure as quickly as possible so that we can start that countdown timer. Now, the catch here is, if we ever unstake this treasure, we're going to lose that probability boost. And so it's an incentive to keep your treasure staked. And the other incentive, of course, is for you to earn voting escrow. So when this clears the block, I'll show you the 4 different levers that are in the bonus pool. The bonus pool basically gets issued a set amount of rewards every single day. So for simplicity's sake, let's say that it's 1,000 the first day, then 1,500 the next day, then 2,000 the next day. The amount of rewards issued in the bonus pool every single day goes up on a bonding curve, which means every single day there's more and more rewards that are available for people to compete over. The way that you compete is by carving out your share of each of these 4 pools. So the VE treasure pool is the one that we just staked to. So you single side stake treasure to the VE treasure pool. What that's going to do is for every treasure that you stake, you're going to earn VE treasure at a rate of 0.02 per hour. So for the amount of treasure that I have earned, I'm earning about 8 VE treasure per hour. And when I claim this, that will start to carve out my position in the VE treasure pool. Now, why do I care about VE treasure? That stands for voting escrow, and voting escrow is 50% of the governance formula. If we go into our white page at docs.nftreasure.com and click on governance, we can see that 50% of voting power in the protocol is based on cumulative key level, which means that if I have a bunch of keys in here, so let's say I have 10 keys that are all at level 10, my cumulative key level is going to be 100. So you can see in this wallet, we haven't really updated many keys, so our cumulative key level is 5. Your cumulative key level and your VE treasure balance equal your total voting power. The reason that that is valuable is that we have protocol votes to determine what the weights of each of these levers in the bonus pool are. And so you want to make sure that you have enough voting power to be able to vote towards lever weights here that benefit the strategy that you're running. VE treasure and governance power also determines the weight in which you will be awarded equity or credits into future businesses or companies or revenue distributions that we negotiate. So governance power is one of the more important things to know about in NF Treasure, and that's why so many people are staking their treasure in order to earn voting escrow rather than selling it on the open market. So half of the rewards that go to the bonus pool right now are weighted towards the VE treasure pool. So if there was 1,000 treasure tokens that were being issued today to the bonus rewards pool, 500 of those would be issued to players based on their share in the VE treasure pool. These are LP pools. I'll talk about those in a second. And then this is your cumulative key level pool. So 20%, 200 of those 1,000 tokens go to the percentages of people who have the highest levels of cumulative keys. So remember, we have 1 key and we up-leveled it to level 5, so our cumulative key level is 5. But let's say we had 100 keys that were all at level 5, then our cumulative key level would be 500, and that would help us start carving out a certain percentage share of this pool here. Finally, DeFi games are a way of bootstrapping liquidity, and liquidity is basically the underlying token that gives our in-game token value. So for us, that's the AVAX token, which is the token that we bought initially from the core.app. That's the network token of Avalanche. And so the Avalanche token goes up and down based on speculation on how people are feeling about the Avalanche network and what's being built there. We pair our game tokens with the Avalanche token so that when you want to sell your treasure tokens or sell your smarter tokens, which you would do at lfj.gg, so just like we just bought by taking some of our AVAX and buying treasure, we would just hit this flip button here to flip these, and now we could sell our treasure tokens for AVAX tokens, or if we wanted a stable coin, we could do USDC, and we could trade our treasure tokens for USDC. Now, you always want to make sure that you find a pool that has a lot of liquidity and depth, because if you don't, there's going to be a price impact warning. This is called slippage. So we're losing 4.5% of what we could have had in this swap because we're trading with a pool that doesn't have a lot of liquidity, because the treasure liquidity is in AVAX. So usually you would want to trade treasure into AVAX to avoid slippage, and then you could trade your AVAX into USDC because there's a lot of liquidity on that, and that would allow you to move from AVAX into a stable coin. And Anyhow, I digress. In order for us to build out deeper liquidity, we incentivize you offering liquidity. And so what liquidity means is you're going to put some treasure tokens in the pool, and you're going to put some AVAX tokens in the pool. So for us to add liquidity, we need to first create a liquidity token on LFJ. So we click the add liquidity button here. That's going to take us to the treasure AVAX pool, and we'll just let this get loaded up. All right, so let's say that we want to put 500 treasure tokens in the liquidity pool. It's automatically going to match the equal amount of value for AVAX, which is going to be 0.04 AVAX. So we'll go ahead and approve LFJ to use this amount of treasure. We're going to confirm this on the hardware wallet. And now we can add this liquidity. So what we're doing is we're deepening the liquidity so that it's easier for people to move in and out of this pool without suffering slippage. So I'm confirming it on the hardware wallet. And as soon as this clears the block, you'll see our deposit balance here showing that we have added liquidity to this particular pool. So now we have a liquidity pool token. In order for us to see it in our wallet, we can go to tokens here. We can go to import, and sometimes it will show the token. Other times it won't. But we can always go to the contracts and wallets section of the white paper at docs.nftreasure.com. We find the Treasure AVAX LP contract right here. So we're going to copy that. We go up to MetaMask. We do an import, custom token, paste that in, and we'll call this JLP Treasure. And so this is going to add this into our wallet so that we can see that we have that token there. Now we can go to the game. We can refresh here. We can also always see our tokens here. So we can see the LP tokens that we have there. We click stake, and we can max out we're going to want to stake all of these. So we'd hit the max button. We'll click continue. Approve the transaction. And then once that clears, we are now carving out a percentage of the Treasure AVAX LP pool. So whatever that percentage is going to come to us every single day. And remember, the amount of treasure going into the bonus pool increases every single day until we hit the supply cap. All right. So that approval went through. Now we're going to put the official stake claim in. We'll confirm that on the hardware wallet. And once confirmed, we'll be ready to add liquidity to the other token, which is the Smarter token. The good thing is that once your positions are set up, you don't have to do this all the time. And so you get into position, and then every now and then you'll come in here, you'll look at your share, and you'll decide how you want to change your position based on how your position is moving up or down, or what you see other players doing in the game. All right, so we can see that our Treasure AVAX LP is now earning additional rewards. Now we want to do the same thing for the Smarter token. So we're going to click this Add Liquidity button here. That's going to open the Smarter AVAX pool on LFJ. And once this gets loaded, now we can say, okay, well, maybe I want to do... Well, maybe it'd be easier to decide how much AVAX we want to put in the pool. So let's do 0.1. And so then it's going to automatically create how much Smarter is going to balance that. So now we need to approve that amount of Smarter. We'll approve that on the hardware wallet. And then add the liquidity. So if you get something like this, it just means that maybe there was a bad connection with the blockchain. Usually I'll reject this and maybe refresh this screen here. And so then after the refresh, we just do 0.1. It's going to recalculate it. We add the liquidity. We can go ahead and confirm. Confirm on the hardware wallet. And now we have our liquidity token. So we're going to go and make sure that we add that into MetaMask. So we go to the contracts and wallets in the white paper at docs.nftreasure.com. We go to the Smarter AVAX LP token. We copy this contract address. We go into tokens, import, custom token, paste this in. I've already added it in here, so we're good to go. And then we can go over here and refresh this, and we will also see our tokens over here. So now I can go ahead and stake my Smarter tokens. So there's a bunch here that I don't want to stake right now, so I'll just do 4. Approve this on our hardware wallet. Click the stake button and then confirm the final stake. And once this completes, we'll have a position in all 4 of the levers, or almost. There's one more thing that we need to do. We need to claim our VE treasure or our voting escrow. So when this clears, we'll see and double check that it added some percentage to the Smarter AVAX LP pool. So we'll go ahead and refresh here, and we can see that it hasn't updated yet, and that might be because it's just a really small position. But while we're waiting to see if that adds a position there, we now have 1.58 VE treasure here. So you would probably want to wait until you have a little bit more to claim this. But for demonstration's sake, we need to claim this before it will apply to our share of the VE treasure pool. So again, this is going to be, because it's an example, a very small amount of VE treasure. We haven't let it run for very long, because remember, it's a time-based reward, but we will claim it and we'll see if it showcases any percentage share that we have of that pool yet. All right, so we can go ahead and refresh everything. And these positions are too small right now to show on our share, but as we grow our position size, we'll see that show up here, and we can make some of the calculations to see how much we're earning each day, or we can just click on over to the key rewards pool and see on average how much we're earning, 56.25 from the key rewards pool, and then we can see our total rewards that are available to claim here. So when we're ready to claim our rewards, we would just click claim all rewards. It's going to showcase a plus and whatever the treasure amount is here. So we're going to confirm that because we want those to go into our wallet. And then once this clears the block, we need to decide now, do we want to stake these tokens and double down on our VE treasure position? Or do we maybe want to sell these tokens and then use some of that money to provide liquidity or to mint more keys? So this is where you have to start thinking strategically about what kind of a player in the game you're going to be. because there's all kinds of short-term profit mechanisms within NF Treasure where you're taking your treasure tokens and you're flipping that for AVAX, and then you're using that AVAX in other parts of the Avalanche ecosystem, or you're using it to double down on some of the different positions that you have to build out a larger percentage of the pools within NF Treasure. Ultimately, the game runs until we hit the treasure supply cap. That means all rewards have been distributed, at which point the players who own the most percentage of treasure are going to benefit the most from the bonus pool, because that's when our e-commerce buybacks begin. And so as we ramp up sales in the e-commerce store, we went from 10,000 to 15,000 to last month we were 30,000. We're actively building an e-commerce empire, and you're competing for a percentage of that empire. And the more treasure that you stake, the more cumulative key levels you have from upgrading your keys. That all equates to you being able to carve out mailbox money forevermore from the e-commerce system and business that we're all building together. And we have a ton of people that are willing to talk strategy with you in our treasure tactics area of the Discord, which I will show you right now. So if we go to Discord right now, we can see the general chat going. And if you click on this treasure tactics here, you can see people talking about how they're playing the game. I would recommend going all the way back to February and reading all of this if you really want to be a powerful player. But the things to notice here is that the general chat is always a place where you can ask questions. Treasure Tactics is really more about strategy around the game. You want to always check announcements here to be able to see what the new thing happening is. And then you can always go to links here. And in these links, there's a couple of things that you're going to want to take note of. So you can always find the contracts and wallets section. You can always find a link to buy treasure or buy smarter. You can find a link to the treasure chart. So if you want to see on Deck Screener how things are going, you can see what the treasure token is doing on a daily basis here. If we go back to Discord, we can do the same thing with the smarter chart and see what the smarter token is doing on a regular basis. And then if we go back to Discord, there's some community-made resources that are interesting. So brand points is something that we won't cover in this video, but there's a calculator here. Treasure key leveling calculator. The community marketplace is a place where you can buy tokens. It's called over the counter or OTC. You can buy tokens directly from other community members or directly from the treasury here. And this could be a way to buy a larger amount of tokens without slippage. So you can just click here if you want smarter or here if you want treasure and see if there's any offers available for you to buy those tokens OTC. There's also community members who put their keys up for sale, and a lot of these keys are already up-leveled, and so you'll have to decide, does it make more sense to get a key that has already been leveled up, or do you want to take the time or resources, funds to up-level your own keys? So you can scroll through here, and you can see what key level each of these is at, and then decide, do you want to buy one of these keys, for 6 AVAX or 9 AVAX? You'll have to work your own math and decide if it makes sense to buy something on the secondary market here, or just to mint a key like we just did and up-level it on your own. And maybe your strategy is that you're going to up-level your keys and then sell them in the secondary market to people who don't want to wait around or spend the money or do all the work that you just had to do to up-level those keys. So that's yet another strategy that you could follow. Now, let me go back to Discord and let's see if there's anything else in here that you might want to look at. The Treasure Terminal game stats is something that you might want to play around with. This is something that a community member, Gribbly, has built for us and is adding more stuff as we go. But treasureterminal.com is a great place to see the global stats. You just type in global_stats, hit the enter button, and it's going to show you what all of the different tokens are doing, what the current supplies are. This updates about every 5 minutes, and you can also see how you're playing against other players. So if we did VE leaderboard, and then we typed in chart, and then we said type equals VE treasure, we can see which wallets have the highest VE treasure amounts. So this is how much actual voting escrow they've claimed. If we wanted to see how much treasure has been staked, we could do VE leaderboard chart type equals staked. And now we can see how much actual treasure people have staked. So the top wallet has almost 14 million treasure stakes. So they're really going for it. The next wallet after that is 7.3 million. So you can see the type of players that we have in the game. You can really carve out a chunk of the pool if you want to. But the cool thing is that because it's a percentage-based reward system, you can try to compete with a whale and carve out 30% of the pool for yourself, or you can carve out a small percentage and just earn a little bit of treasure every single day. And that can be fine depending on what your strategy is. So I think that's about it for now. If you have any questions, join the Discord. Always know that you can click on the links and find all kinds of things here. If you're somebody who wants to be a little bit more passive and not have to log in every single day and upgrade all of this, we do have a community member that built something that we call Key Daycare. And the way that Key Daycare works is that you would pay a fee, select one of your keys, pay a fee to basically have it auto upgraded. So you could just say, I want to go to level 150 as quickly as possible. Whenever the countdown timer hits 0, I want you to upgrade it again. And then you can say what you want your target tier to be. So remember, if you haven't, when you check your key rewards, if this number is at 50% for the next tier, you probably want to stay and keep things at tier 3. So you would just put tier 3 here. But as you stake your voting escrow and this VE probability boost gets closer to 100%, well, then it might make more sense for you to increase this to maybe 4 or 5 or 7. It's up to you, and you'll have to talk to community members about how they think about that. But now that you know the basics, you can go into the white paper, you can click on Why GameFi, and read all of this section here, because this is where you're really going to become a good player in this game. What we just did, you could set those up and be earning treasure and be good to go. But there is a game involved here. It's a math-based game, and once you learn it, it becomes pretty addictive. So pull through the white paper, ask questions in the Discord, let us know if you have any other questions. And I guess the final thing is that as you upgrade your keys, your commission levels on your merchandise are going to go up. So if we click on affiliates and commissions, your key level determines what kind of an e-commerce discount you get from the NF Treasure store and what kind of commission you're going to earn on any shirt that you sell or garment that you sell. So you can see once you've upgraded up to levels 141 to 150, you're earning 40% on every single t-shirt. That's around $16 per t-shirt, more for the hoodies and sweatshirts. And so this could be pretty advantageous to at least have one key at this level so that you can earn the highest level of discount and commission. There's a lot of different ways to earn, learn, and play an NF Treasure. And we've got a very welcoming community. So join the Discord by going to nftreasure.com/Discord. That's going to pop you into the chat, and you'll be on your way. Thanks for playing with us this long, and we'll see you in the game. Bye, y'all.